If you're over 60 and want to stay strong, active, and independent, you've come to the right place. As a physical therapist, I have seen firsthand how detrimental muscle weakness, impaired balance, and lack of confidence when moving can be on your overall independence and your ability to get through daily life. I wanted to make this video to help set you up for success as you get older. It's possible to enjoy life, maintain independence, and even continue to enjoy your adventures, but you have to take some action steps. I'm gonna make this easy for you. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite exercises to help you improve strength and balance. Don't worry, you don't need any equipment, and you can do all of them right at home. That way you can move confidently through life no matter your age. Let's get started. Now, this first exercise is a squat. But don't go anywhere, I promise. I'm a physical therapist who specializes in helping people with joint pain, so I know squats don't always feel good. But I have a lot of different modifications to show you today. Your goal is going to be to pick one of these 4 modifications. The first one is starting in a chair. And I like to start here because you can understand where you need to go from here. Make it harder or make it easier. Squats work a lot of different muscles at once, which is why I think it's one of the best exercises to master. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Start seated at the edge of a chair, slide your feet back as far as feels comfortable and as your range of motion allows. Stand up, you can use your arms or not. Stand all the way up straight. And then sit down in a nice, slow, and controlled manner. If you try this and you really have to get some momentum going, or you just have a difficult time standing up, maybe it's painful, grab a cushion or move to a higher surface, like a bed or a couch, and go ahead and have a seat right on that. Now you need less knee bend to stand up, requiring just a little less strength at first. Same thing, you're standing up and sitting down. Now you can make this cushion higher, depending on your ability. The next one is using a pillow. As you sit down, press the pillow out. This can especially be helpful if you're dealing with knee pain. Stand up regular, but sit down by starting to push that pillow back first. Stand up normally and then push that pillow out in front of you. If you're like, okay, these are pretty easy, one way to make this more challenging is to use a weight. Hold the weight right at your chest, start conservatively on the little bit of a lower end, and then work your way up, standing up and sitting down, making sure that your chest doesn't dive forward. Choose one of those 4 modifications. Now, how many should you do? Great question. One of my favorite ways to look at squats, because there are so many varying degrees of strength, set a timer for 60 seconds and see how many squats you can complete. Because 8 repetitions might be easy for someone, but not easy for someone else. Whereas if you set a time, you can work against yourself to see if you can continue to increase your strength, which would be shown with more repetitions in 60 seconds. You can do 2 or 3 sets. That could be a great place to start. This next exercise works a lot of muscles at once as well, but we're moving to the upper body. Upper body strength is incredibly important for, say, pushing yourself up from the floor and carrying heavy objects. One easy way you can work on this at home is with a push-up. I have 3 different variations for you today. Your goal is to find which one fits you right now and set a timer for 60 seconds to see how many repetitions you can do. The easiest variation is finding space on a blank wall. Place your hands shoulder width apart and straighten your elbows. Then walk your feet out maybe a half step or so you have just a slight incline in your body. Now, keep your body in this nice straight line. Brings in core as well. Bring your forehead close to the wall and then press away. I like to keep my elbows in relatively close. Don't necessarily flare them out, but you don't have to keep them glued to your side either. There is a little bit of freedom of movement here. Bring that forehead to the wall and then press away. The next variation is moving to a little bit of a lower surface, but making sure it's stable. Same thing. Now you're thinking about bringing your chest down to the surface and then pressing away. The higher the object is, the easier this will be. The lower it is, the harder it will be. The last variation is from the ground. Now, I hear a lot that people have wrist pain when they're doing a push-up because your wrist can be a bit compressed in this position. So one trick I like to use is to hold on to dumbbells as it keeps your wrist in a more neutral position. From the floor, bring yourself into a plank position. Your hands are about shoulder width, perhaps a little bit wider. Keep your body in this straight line. Bring your chest down towards the floor and press yourself up, arms straight. One big mistake I see here is you lose that straight position, which then takes a lot of the core out of it. Keep your body in that position, down and up. Set a timer for 60 seconds, choose one of the 3 variations, and then complete 2 or 3 times. This last exercise is focusing on balance, not only to help you feel more stable and more confident when you're moving, but balance is also a great way to help strengthen the hips and even the core. So you're getting a lot of benefit out of this exercise. Meet me in the corner of a wall, one of my favorite places to practice balance, because you have support on both sides and behind you in case you were to lose your balance. Balance is all about safety. I'm going to show you 3 modifications of this exercise. You're going to grab a household object. I'm going to use a ball, but you can use a small pillow, really any object you feel comfortable passing back and forth. Place your feet one in front of the other, like you were on a balance beam, trying to get them as narrow as possible. Get balanced first, then pass the object back and forth. It's not a quick pass here. Take the object outside of your base of support. That's where you'll find the additional challenge. The next modification, keep the same object, but change your foot position now so that this back leg, the toes are touching the ground, acting as a kickstand. We are now in a modified single leg stance, as your full or almost full weight is through this front leg. Then repeat the movement, passing the object back and forth. The last option is to use a dumbbell. Start with a lighter dumbbell first, and then you can increase the weight as your confidence increases. The heavier the weight, the harder this will be. You can choose either foot position, one foot in front of the other, or the kickstand. Now you're passing the weight back and forth. The further you take it out, the harder it will be. Stay nice and controlled. Essentially, this weight is trying to throw your body off balance side to side. So your hip muscles, your foot muscles, and your core are working to keep your body upright. Same thing with the household objects as well. Set a timer for 60 seconds, complete as many repetitions as you can on one side, and then you will switch the positioning of your feet and repeat the same thing. And there you have it, 3 of the most powerful exercises to help you maintain strength, balance, and independence as you get older. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone you know who might also be looking for ways to strengthen their body. Hit this circle button here to make sure you subscribe to the channel because I have many more tips coming your way. I am rooting for you, not only just to maintain independence, but also to live an active and adventurous life. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.